Yeah, Veneran Schüttrin and I, we had a conversation about Germany's situation with the immigration there, because hundreds of thousands of refugees are finding their way to Germany and many, many other European countries, and then many more to Iraq or Turkey and such. And Veneran Schüttrin gave a talk on August 29 about prejudice against immigrants worldwide. And I want to speak a little bit more about Germany and how I personally work with that situation, with these kind of news or problems or challenges or even chances, if you want to see it like that. So I read in the news that in Germany there are many violent acts, reactions towards those who seek refuge in Germany. I saw immigration houses burning down. I saw that there, or read that there are violent acts against refugees every day. And recently, in one town in East Germany, in Heidenau, 600 refugees found a home in an old warehouse that they prepared for them. And they couldn't go out because right-wing people prostrated outside and acted violently towards them. So for many days they had to stay inside, and police had to protect this house. And there are many other stories like that you can read in the news every day. And personally, it saddens me in the beginning very much so, and I try to deal with it in my own mind in different ways. So how? First of all, I try to understand what's really going on. And then I try to use the Dharma to gain some understanding on a deeper level and to work with my own afflictions, with my own anxiety, anger, or prejudice. And of course, I can see quite a change in Germany's social structure, so that there are many challenges that are coming up, how to manage the increasing amount of immigrants. But I also can see the opportunities that come with it, and the simple fact of acting virtuously to give refuge to those who are in need by reaching out and sharing. And especially for Germany, with its historic background of the Second World War and the split between East and West, I think it's very important to, and very valuable, to be open and to be flexible and to help those different nationalities. And Angela Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany, propagated yesterday that the Germans need all to apply compassionate understanding for those refugees. She reminded the nation about the circumstances of refugees within their own countries and the hard journey they are going through. By crossing the ocean, many die. And by crossing the Balkan route on train or by trucks or even by foot. And they go to Germany, they go to many other European countries as well. But Germany is a very, very favorite country for many of those refugees. And it's a country of hope and a country of chance for them. And actually many Germans do agree to that, according to some statistics. I will come to that later. And these kind of more positive outlooks I want to re-emphasize today. I want to point out that there are many positive voices and acts within Germany. And not only Angela Merkel is speaking up for them, according to some statistics, statistical researchers, about 57% of the Germans are welcoming to the increasing amount of immigrants, refugees. Also, the number decreases with every month because there are more and more coming, and then all these challenges that come with it. But in general, 93% agree to give immigrants refuge if they are refugees due to war situation in their home country or due to religious and political persecutions. The amount of allowing refugees to come into the country because they want to have a better lifestyle, that's quite low, something like 12%. So those statistics I found really interesting, and in a very recent statistic from August 2015, beginning of August, they measured that 60% of Germans are already wanting to support refugees voluntarily through giving financial support or voluntary in institutions, The same statistic measured that as well. Over 80% do not agree at all with all kinds of violent acts against immigrants, and also not agreeing with demonstrations against immigrants. And these are, in my sense, positive statements. We should encourage and strengthen, and especially through media, as a tool to give the right information, to build proper positions. And to one of those ways to dismantle prejudice or anxieties and such is to, in my opinion, is to get in contact actually with those immigrants. And I found it very beautiful to hear that there are thousands of volunteers in Germany who are really directly helping in camps, in immigration homes, in administrative institutions, or helping really directly on front. They help with administration work, with teaching German, with providing accommodation, giving clothes, medicine, and even on a more personal level. So only recently 400 volunteers got invited from some governmental institution to thank them publicly for their effort in reaching out and supporting and creating a warm and manageable environment for those who seek refuge. And for example, the town I spoke about in the very beginning, Heidenau, where refugees, 600 refugees has been locked in a warehouse, what was their new home due to violent acts, just outside this house, this building. They initiated a welcome festival for those refugees. So the government and police supported that, and this is the first time that happened in Germany at all. Trucks from Berlin full with clothes and books, toys for kids, and cosmetic care products came and delivered all those goods and shared it, and music played, and food got offered, and children played outside freely without fear, and many volunteers supported that event, and it was a very peaceful activity. I think these steps are going into the right direction, and from a Buddhist perspective, it's practicing generosity in form of providing kindness, in form of giving protection. And that will have its result in receiving it back in future. And like from my own personal experience, I'm not a refugee, but I'm some kind of immigrant. I'm living here on a green card, and before that I lived here on a religious visa. And I left my birth country, Germany, to receive some guidance and support in Dharma here at Sravasti Abbey. And I received tremendous support by my friends here to be able to settle, to study and practice the Dharma for quite a number of years now. And I can see already after those 4 years that I learned a lot, that I grew in the Dharma, that I changed my mind to the positive. And now I can realize that I recognize that I'm much more in a position to give back. I can give back voluntarily. I can help other monastics here now. I can serve the teacher. I can share the Dharma in form of practicing it. The community is actually now benefiting from what they shared with me in the beginning. So their effort, so your effort, so your joy, and by sharing your time, your space, and your material resources with me. So, and I can see the same for countries like Germany. Those refugees, if they decide to stay, will be able to give and will be able to be willing to share their own skills, their kindness and wisdom with Germany, for example. And also, in matter of fact, they will support this kind of social system what's existing in Germany right now, just by living and working there. And seeing immigrants, refugees with compassion, with understanding and a sense of flexibility will be, in my eyes, a complete win situation. If we accept others in their differences, if we accept the change, like the social change, we can benefit, and on a personal level, on a social level, and economically, if we want to integrate that. So, and as Angela Merkel just recently said, wir schaffen das, so we can manage that. Thank you.